And we're back, everybody. Welcome back to Legend of Dragoon in 2025 in 4K. And how are you all doing today? We are entering the Spring Breath town of Ulara here at the beginning of Disc 4. We just made it through the Death Frontier. And this is a Wingley town, Wingley city that's been hidden away for 11,000 years, 10,000 years, whenever the war ended, and it's going to be fantastic. If you are new here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you leave a comment, something about what you saw here in this episode. If you want to add to the lore, if there's something we missed, if we missed a Stardust, any of that, make sure you let us know and put it in there. And most importantly, leave a comment saying something about this game needs a remake, a remaster, or a sequel. It's been many years. What are we at? 26 years since this game launched, and Sony's done absolutely nothing on it, just sitting on it. And the love and the fandom is still out there. It still exists, and we need to bring attention to it. I can't do it alone. If there's ever going to be a possibility of that thing coming back around, it's not going to be because of us content creators. It's going to be because of you guys bringing attention to this game, dropping likes, shares, comments. That's going to be how it gets done. That's how Sony's going to start seeing the dollar signs. So if you guys don't do it, it'll never happen. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Make sure you check out our Twitch page linked below, where we go live every Monday through Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. CST, playing a variety of games. Currently doing some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, showing Sony how this game could be done, while also doing Horror Hump Day every Wednesday, playing a variety of horror games. Make sure you check out the Discord, also linked below, where when we do multiplayer games, that's where you'll have the opportunity to join us for games. That's where we'll put out announcements for new things coming to our streams, YouTube, future series we're going to do. That's where you're going to know everything very much ahead of time. Our full stream schedule each and every week, and a great place to find a community. Now that that's done, let's get in there. So technically, it's like where we're starting here is if we didn't just cross the map like we did. It's kind of like we're still at the edge of the Death Frontier, almost, in a way. Even if an adventurer is lucky enough to make it through the Death Frontier. See, and that's the cue right there to back up what I'm saying. So it's kind of like we didn't just walk through all that path. It's more like this is the end of the Death Frontier. Or like that whole path was more or less just a part of the Death Frontier that nobody cares about. But really, the path on the open world map is just to separate the two locations in some way, shape, or form. But nobody can proceed from here. Time has stopped for me for 11,000 years ago with the spell of this Joker. And this is the only way to see Ulara, the Spring Breath town. But where is it? The only thing here is an endless desert. No, it's not, Hashel. I sense it. I sense people's feelings right over there. Damn, that is sick. We can fly over there with this? Are you afraid? I think you are. Maybe. We are standing by you. I know. Let's go. Oh, this items thing is a real problem. And I'm gonna forget to come back, so we're just gonna waste it. Oh, fudge. You know, it's almost always going to be something insignificant, worse, or bad when it's regular items like that. But the mystery kills me. Welcome to Ulara, the Spring Breath town. I am the guard of the teleporting device, Garen. I'm a good friend of Rose's. Long time no see. Long time. But also, why would there be a guard if 11,000 years nobody's entered this place because the only person who can see it is Rose? Why does someone need to stand wait for Rose, who's been away for years? You just stand there staring at a desert for days on end. Rose, you are starting to regain a sense of time, aren't you? No, not only that, you have recovered a lot of other things, too. Are you the person who stopped time for Rose? No, it was Charlie Frama. She is the person we have to meet now. Frama. Like Melbu? Rose has been carrying the fate of the world all alone while shedding tears of blood. Can you go with Rose? Karen, stop it. I don't need to force them. I have already settled things with the black monster. The only thing left is that I have to complete this journey with my companions. If you understand that, I have nothing to say. We can't use this yet. That's the one to leave the city, I believe. So this is really a lot of Rose's big backstory, and the black monster is what we're going to learn here. But I find the choker to be an interesting point that kind of gets forgotten real easily, because it's kind of just passed over. But so she's got this necklace on, this choker, that essentially makes it so she can't age. We only provide relaxation time during the night, come back after dusk. And so it's kind of almost this assumption the whole time for 4 discs for 31 hours that Rose is alive after 11,000 years because she's a Dragoon, and that all Dragoons could do that. But I don't keep you young forever like that. No, it's in fact Winglies magic from this choker that has kept her alive. It's been a while since the last time I saw a human other than Rose. It's been 11,000 and some years. Yeah, I'm sure it's not like 11,000 years on the dot. But they just round up. Miata, where is Charlie? You are wondering because she would normally be taking care of these babies, right? Charlie is preparing herself because, well, the things we didn't tell you about, right? Zeke told you them, so it must be about the moon signet. Tell me what you know. The signet is the signet sphere. The signet sphere is a sealing device that was created to be the last barrier, just in case the moonchild reached the moon that never sets. Even my mistake was in your plan. You're really scary people. Even more scary is Zeke. He's trying to destroy the signet sphere using the divine moon objects. Wait a minute. You made the signet sphere just because you were afraid of the birth of the god of destruction? And why did you make tools that can destroy the signet? Ask Charlie. It was decided between the siblings. I will. It is a really confusing plot. In the mouth, Stardust. You guys are meant to come to this city. Humans, Gigantos, and one of us, a Wingley. I would like to tell you something. It wasn't only Winglies that wanted the Dragon campaign. However, it is true that Winglies and humans drove themselves to war. If you have time, let me tell you a story about the 2 Winglies who were the leaders. All right, tell me. Let's get some lore. The first is Melbu Frama. He was the leader of the Winglies during the Dragon campaign. He was also the younger brother of Charlie. Being the leader of the Winglies meant being the ruler of the world. He professed that only Winglies had the right to live, and he ruled over other species physically and mentally. As a result, the grievances of the other species accumulated, and the Dragon campaign began. The war ended when the royal capital, Cadessa, was annihilated, and at the same time, Melbu Frama was killed by the sword of the Dragoon, Zieg. The other man who led the Winglies was Faust. As the right-hand man of Melbu Frama, he was feared by other Winglies. He also was known as a wizard and a magician. His magic power was incredibly enormous. He could even create his own apparition, his double. The apparition had most of the capabilities of Faust himself. However, Melbu felt uneasy over the existence of the apparition, so he created something. What Faust did was like professing an intention towards disloyalty. It is natural that he didn't like it. It was called the Vanishing Stone. With that item, it is said that you can make the apparition disappear. Although I don't know if it is true or not. Let's get back to the story. Faust was the commander of the super mobile Fort Flanville as well. Now, Flanville is at the bottom of a glacier. However, it used to be floating in the sky in order to protect the 5 main cities that also floated in the sky. Faust manipulated Flanville and killed any other species. However, the insanity of Faust ended with the collapse of Flanville. He was shot down by a weapon invented by humans, the spear shooter. His beloved vehicle became his tomb. He should be satisfied with that. There's the end of my story. If you want to listen to it again, come back anytime. More than willing to tell you. Speaking of Faust, what I find to be interesting is the Winglies sealed the god of destruction. That includes Melbu Frama. But maybe it's too early to talk about it. But there's some parts of that I don't know if they make sense. Oh, Rosie, darling, I have been waiting for you. And maybe they will make sense later as we go along. I don't know. Hey, Rosie, darling. So all these Winglies have been alive for 11,000 years. They just don't die, I guess. Do they all have chokers on, too, that are keeping them alive? Or are they just not dying? And do they not breed? Like they decide we're not going to have kids and repopulate. We're just, for 11,000 years, just going to hide and live forever. I don't need your greetings. You know what I want to ask you? Oh, you are scary. But before that, can you introduce me to the son of dear Ziggy? This is Dart. Doesn't he look just like our Ziggy? And why is she talking about Zeeg with like a nickname and like they were close and everything? There's no way. To me, Rose got close to her after the war somehow, some way. I don't know if we find that out when they became friends and all that nonsense. But Rosie, honey, it's complicated. You have to fight with the son of someone who used to be your significant other, and furthermore, the enemy is the significant other. Do you want me to give you a knuckle sandwich? Sorry, honey. Knuckle sandwich is just such a funny term to use, particularly by her in this situation. But I'm really concerned, so I'm intentionally making it happy and delightful so that you won't be depressed. Rosie, sweetheart. You have never changed. Charlie, if you know, please tell us. Where should we head to? Really, you have something look like Ziggy. I don't know, I clicked too fast there. I know, I have been waiting for you in order to tell you everything. Now, what would you like me to tell you? About the Signet Sphere. Ziggy is trying to break the signet of the moon that never sets with the magic power of the divine moon objects. That signet is the Signet Sphere. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this. I have to apologize. I missed the moon child, Shanna. But you still have time. The signet of the moon that never sets is not broken yet. Where are the remaining signets? In the past, they were placed in 5 cities, but there are only 3 left. That's why they needed the same number of divine moon objects. What happened to the other 2? One was destroyed in the royal capital, Cadessa, during the Dragon campaign, and the other was lost when the divine dragon assaulted the Crystal Palace. Does this mean without the divine moon objects, the Signet Sphere can be destroyed? The divine moon objects are just tools that conceal vast amounts of magical power, that's all. So in order to destroy the Signet Sphere, having the same amount of magic power as the divine moon objects is sufficient. Ed knew about this and made Lloyd collect them. It doesn't seem like him, and it's so indirect. Plus something is strange. I wonder how Ziggy knows about the Signet Sphere. Not only that, he knew that Shanna's the moon child. But the moon that never sets. It's the 108th fruit that the divine tree dropped. It was conceived with the god of destruction that ends the world. That's why we separated it into its soul and flesh and sealed them away. My baby brother Melbu sealed the soul, which was the source of the magic power in the crystal sphere. But when he fought with Ziggy, it was broken. Then the soul escaped from the crystal sphere and started to transmigrate into a human body. Since then, it has been called the Moon Child. What is left in the sky is the moon that never sets. When the Moon Child goes back to the moon that never sets, the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, will be born. So we needed our Rosie to take on an important task. Please understand her. About my father. You are concerned, aren't you? Why does he have to destroy the world? Sorry, but that is one thing that I don't understand. But he was unmistakably Zeke. Zeke was the fiancé of Rosie. They crossed both swords and love. Just looking at them made me feel embarrassed. Stop right there. I want to talk alone with Zeke about our memories. I agree. Why make items to break the signet? Why did you make the divine moon objects that can break the signet sphere? That's right. If you were not planning to allow the Virage embryo to be born, you wouldn't need them. I didn't want to, but my baby brother Melbu insisted. That is not an explanation, Charlie. Oh, you are so uptight, but okay, I'll explain it to you. Whatever. I told you we sealed the soul of the Virage embryo in the crystal sphere, right? It is in order to draw lots of magical power and rule over other creatures. I wanted to make him stop being a dictator. Because even though we have different appearances or capabilities, we are the same. We should be able to live together on good terms. That's why I created the Signet Sphere, in order to weaken the magic power of the Crystal Sphere. Rose, without telling you that, the 5 signets that protect the moon that never sets restrain the magic power that flows from there. My operation was a big success, I thought. But Melbu found out about it and created the divine moon objects. I guess he was prepared so that he could destroy the signets anytime he wanted to. I get it. Where are the rest of the signets? That's right. That is the most important information for you, isn't it? Because Ziggy has the divine moon objects and he can break the signets anytime. Listen carefully. The rest of the 3 signet spheres are located in the ancient cities. The names of the cities are the Magical City Aglis, Law City Zenabetos, and the Death City Mayville. Those cities are still alive? It's surprising, isn't it? Of course, they were badly damaged during the war. How do we get there? Go to Rouge. Then your way will be open. You said Rouge? It's my hometown. See? It is already open, isn't it? Well, it'll be night soon. Why don't you go look around until tomorrow morning? Also, the chair she's sitting in has to be hella uncomfortable. It's just an incline. Don't worry about me. Go take a walk in Ulara at night. Oh, dart, sweetie pie. Everybody's outside. God damn it. All right. I think there's shops I can sell some stuff. I don't need to burn an item. It's crazy how many item boxes there's been in this current run through, this current map. Now our way is opened. Shayna, I'll be there soon. Rose, you really forgive? Don't say anything. It's already in the past. Here comes the sad music, everybody. Don't cry. Take your sword. You have become strong. You can take care of yourself. Kill me. Nah. But why? I knew that had to be coming. The black monster's dead now. We only have a companion who is on the same road. She literally did just try to black monster at the end of Disc 3, though. Literally right away. They're like, okay, go kill Shanna then. And she's like, okay, fuck it, I will. And she literally tried. I mean, the black monster's not dead until either Shanna's dead or the soul's out of her body. Also, I'm just seeing this now, but Dart is a little bit transparent because the water behind him, you can see through him right now. This is crazy. I miss the time when you were chased by a firebrand in the forest. Me too. I didn't know back then the world is so frail. It was created so that it can perish at any time. The creator Soa can recreate one anytime. But the people living there can accept it, believing it is fate or struggle against it. I struggled in order to protect this world that was taken back by friends who gave up their lives. I told you, you are no longer alone, Rose, and you haven't been for 3 discs. Dart. Let's go see everybody. This is just the beginning. Not gonna lie though, they said I miss like the very beginning of the game. Very beginning of the game is my favorite part. It's the most nostalgic for me because as a kid, you struggle. This game's not super easy. The additions aren't super easy, and so I've done the beginning of the game a lot. So that's the most nostalgic. And a lot of Disc 4 took me years to get to, so a lot of this isn't as nostalgic. So I agree, I miss that. Every time I get towards the end of the game and they start referencing the beginning. It's not true. The reason why I hate roses is because I see my mother in roses. What about people named Rose? My mother never looked at me directly. It was as if she was hiding something from me. And she beat me up. Is that why you are now so aggressive and beat everybody else up? Because of your childhood? I mean, there's something to that. I didn't know what was going on and why she was doing it to me, but I remember at least one thing. There were always roses on the shelf behind my mother. Why did your mother leave you? Sorry, let's not talk about me anymore. It spoils her drinks. I don't think so. It's okay to be this way. Life is not always happy. Listening to your story reminds me of my past. About your runaway daughter, right? You are so sharp that it hurts. I hate being his roundabout. What? Oh, you guys are here. When are we leaving? Ashley's been drinking too much since we heard we're going to Rouge. That's right. Drink a little more and let's leave for Rouge at once. Of course, to save the world. Give me a drink too. May I join you? I wanted to talk to you, Miranda. Same here. Shall we go? An age when the world was ruled by the Winglies. In order to pay for that, we are now stuck in here. During the time when the Dragon campaign, Winglies were divided into 2 camps. Each followed one of the leaders, Charlie and Melbu, who were siblings. The spell of eternity indeed creates the immoral body, but it also corrodes the heart. It's crazy. So something else I was just thinking about, and I don't know if we brought it up in past episodes, but we'll come back there. Because I want to make sure I go to the store first so I can get back to that item. But Soa. Soa is a character that gets talked about here and there pretty lightly throughout the whole of the story, throughout the whole of the game. But Soa is the god, the true god, right? They talk about the Varage embryo as the god of destruction. It's the only other thing referred to as a god, but it's something just meant to be the most dominant life form on the planet that's meant to come in and just wipe out and kill everything and totally do a reset. But let's go, Stardust. But it's not a true god, you know? It's more like Christianity lore, where it's like you think of Satan as a god, but God created the angels, and then Satan's just a bad angel, so he's really a step down. So it's kind of a similar parallel there, where Soa is like the one true god, and then this god of destruction is really just his creation. It's definitely a step down from him, even though it is an extremely powerful thing, the most powerful thing ever of all time, and just wielding its soul in a crystal made Melbu Frama and the Winglies the most dominant creatures of all time. So, you know, it's kind of crazy when you think about that. But thinking about the sequel that they could have made for this game, now they did have plans for a sequel. I don't know if you guys knew that. There was plans for a sequel. It got scrapped because PS2 was coming out, and then the director of this game got moved up into a higher role within Sony. So there was a lot of moving pieces that happened that essentially killed it as they were working on a PS1 game right as PS2 was coming out. And I don't know if they just didn't have it formatted for PS2 or what the deal was. Because back then, moving from console like that wasn't as normalized as it is now, right? Normally now, in the last, decade, 15, 20 years, you move up a game or a console, a generation, whatever, and you can still make that game for like PS2 and PS3, PS3 and PS4, PS4 and PS5. For years, they'll keep doing that. But PS1 to PS2, it wasn't really like that. So there was some issues there. But anyway, talking about Soa could be the sequel, because he is this unknown, unseen figure in this game that's talked about, but there's no art representation of him. There's no CGI story that shows him. He's not in this story. He's a figure in the background, a precursor, a trigger point of the whole thing. He created the whole thing, and then instead of destroying it himself, which he's this all-powerful god being that doesn't seem to exist or ever interfere, instead of destroying it himself, he created this plan to have this creature do it. And for over 11,000 years, the species on his planet have been stopping him by just not making that one thing not happen. So why is that? Why is he so absent for 11,000 years? Why doesn't he just create another one, create another tree, a divine tree to bear another fruit, another 108th species, create something new, just blow it up himself? Why isn't he there? So the second one could be much deeper in the Soa lore, and he could become the real bad guy, and you've got to kill the one true god somehow, some way. I don't know. It's just a crazy over-the-top idea, but a sequel's always got to somehow up the original, right? And so you kind of see that with a lot of games, movies, comic books, and things that are always trying to one-up the last one, where they eventually get to this point where you're going against the ultimate being in that universe. And I think that's maybe the next step up, unless you just manufacture something else in between once again. But I think that's a natural progression at some point, that this Soa character becomes more involved in, say, a sequel. And if done right, if the story's written well and the game flows well, the mechanics are good, the story's good, it's the characters and the voice acting and all that were good in a remake and a sequel, you could make it work in some way, shape, or form. I'm just saying. There are two magic elements sealed in Rose's choker. One is is to open the signet of this city, and the other is immortality. There's a signet in this city. Standing in the darkness of the night, you feel almost like you've lost your sense of existence. Have you had this kind of experience? Nope, not me. All right, so I think we finally reached the shops here. So we are leaving in the morning. Oh wait, that's Albert. So I did Congo. Yes, we are. What are you doing here? We don't know what will happen in ancient city of Winglies. We need strong weapons. Kongol doesn't care about leader of creatures. Kongol goes with you to the end. For me too. It is no longer the mere problem of the moon gem. I cannot ignore the crisis of the world. You didn't imagine we wouldn't go with you, did you? I didn't. Hurry up. If you want to buy human or Giganto, your time is limited, okay? This is... Boom, 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 boom. This guy's kind of a dick. Fairy Sword gives 50% more SP. Thunder-based attack, so it doesn't give the insta-kill. The insta-kill's pretty rare, I'm going to be honest. It's only going to work on minor enemies, so it's not that big of a deal. I think the higher damage and elemental is probably better. So this is worse for everybody, okay. Raises magical attack power. So this can be extremely strong. So Albrecht currently has the highest magic attack, but I think that's just because his is like boosted by like 20. Otherwise, Dart would be the strongest by far. Supposedly, I've been hearing that Shanna Miranda would, and possibly if she was leveled up to where I am, she would, along with this magical ring, she could be insane. She could be insane. And then when we get the Psych Bomb in probably the next couple episodes after the first city, which is a one time per battle, but you get it in every single battle. It's like the most powerful item in the game. And whoever has the highest magic attack, it just increases that power. So, I mean, it can get pretty fucking nuts. I think I'm going to keep the brass knuckles for some reason. But everything else can go. Oh, and the items, yes. So we got 4 fogs, that's fine. 3 rains, a breeze. I really don't need all these serenades. I'm just going to keep 2. I'm going to keep 2 that I more than likely don't need. Honestly, until like the final boss. I don't think I need anything. Another Sun Rhapsody? Get rid of it. All right, down here. Magic 6 Stone's fun. Attack Ball is fine. Magic Shield down. Or wait, Magic Shield. So that's still good for a particular character that can help in a battle. Power down becomes weak for 3 turns. It doesn't say it doesn't work against minor enemies only. That might affect a boss still. So maybe that is worth keeping. What ultimately I need to do is get in a boss battle where I can use some of these magic attacks. I don't feel bad about using them. We got 6 Angels' Prayers. Probably more than I need. I'm going to drop down to 5. I think that's fine. Bum, bum, bum. Does this contain magic too? Does this contain magic? Does this contain magic? Does this contain magic? Does this also contain magic? In Fog and Breeze. So we can't buy the Healing Rain yet, but I'm pretty sure at some point we can. Okay, now we can buy attack balls and whatnot. Nice. I wouldn't mind having another Breeze just so I don't burn those rains until I can buy them. Maybe it's like Xanabatos is where we can start buying rains. By Xanabatos, and when you wrap it up there, you're very close to endgame. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Because at that point, you get the mana ray that you can fly around the entirety of the map. You can travel to any location you've ever been instantly. You know, you don't have to hoof it. So that's going to be where we can go back and collect all of the Stardust. That's going to be where we can go back and fight the spirits of the Dragoons. That's going to be where, you know, we just clean up anything that we got left. Moon Serenade. I sold those. Wait, what? What'd she say? Why don't you go out, sweetie dad? I don't like the way she talks to me. I don't like when somebody talks to you that way. And someone's calling you sweetie and honey and all that, especially when they don't know you. You know those people that mostly in the south of the United States, you're going to find a lot of people like that. But I don't know. I just don't like it. I'm like, don't talk to me like that. You don't know me. Hey, buddies. Karen was telling me about the teleporting device. It's not like the one back home. And when are we going? We already heard lots about it from Charlie, and you found out where we should go. You're coming too? Of course! Without me, the strongest of all, you cannot save the world. Besides, I learn a lot following Dart. Everybody's the same. Gigantos, humans, Winglies. And I cannot stand the destruction of a world where everybody lives. I think for the first time I agree with Maru. Is this the first time? Leave here tomorrow, Dart. By that time, I'll be prepared so that I can send you on the way that goes to the home of the Gigantos from here. We can travel that far instantly? You might as well go directly to Rouge. Our power is becoming weaker day by day. That is the maximum power. I understand. Take a boat to Rouge. It should have been prepared in the Twin Castle a short while ago. Was there a dock in that castle? Ask King Zior and had him make one, especially. I'm surprised that he listened to a Wingly. There are no humans or Winglies when it comes to the end of the world. You don't need to thank us now. It is not too much to say that the mission of the city is to send you off. Yes, and this is one way the city has been looking after the world. Let's go back to Charlie. She must have prepared the bedrooms for us. So this episode, about 30 plus minutes here. No, Rose, you can't come with. I think Albert goes on the end. Could be mistaken. I think that's how it goes. I need them in their proper place. They'll just irritate me if they switch. Out of curiosity, 0, 0. He's at 60. Wait. So what does 60 do for him? 320% damage. All right, that's insane. Almost no SP. Minimum SP. Even when we get to 80, that damage is just going to go way up, and the SP is going to stay the same. Very unfortunate. When I get that done, when I get the other 20, if I haven't unlocked his next edition yet, I might just go back to whichever one gives him the most SP until he's a level 5 Dragoon. Then at that point, I don't give a shit. Oh my god. Charlie, what is this? Oh, naive boy. Don't you understand? It's a send-off for great heroes. You shouldn't have. Don't be so shy. Rosie, honey, you've been doing really great. Since the soul of the Rage Embryo, the god of destruction, was released, you have saved the world. Let me see, at least 107 times? Really? After even being called a black monster? Stop it. The monster has died. Ziggy is serious, and he has everything to give birth to the god of destruction. Only Dragoons can stop him. And we're far too lazy to get off our asses. Oh, that's not in the game? I wonder what Creator Soa is thinking, like destruction or regeneration. I wonder why it wants us to go through such a painful thingy. We will change fate. Everybody must survive, okay? Now go. Zeke won't wait for us. Right. Let's go. So I think we're going to get to the dock, and then we'll take the ship. And once we're outside Rouge, that's where we'll end this one. But we got some fun bits between here and there. We get to fucking dominate these guys, these enemies here. Home of Gigantos. It was linked to here. It's been a while. Karen and the Gigantos were pals for a long time. Of course, it was when there was still some Gigantos left. They were nice Winglies like Charlie. They weren't all brutal people, unlike the legends tell. We have to rewrite the book in the National Library. Yes, correct knowledge brings correct conduct. That's after this journey has ended. If we haven't all died. Let's go see King's Yor. We have to head to the Rouge on the Queen Fury. So we've got to cut through here, the valley, and then that other desert area I can't think of the name of. It's called Desert. Which it shouldn't be too hard. They're pretty straightforward areas. We've already done everything in them. There's not much side stuff to be done. So it's just going to be about trying to get additions in before we kill enemies in one shot. You know what I mean? We're just going to fuck up everybody. The amount of XP we're going to get is going to be trash. I think I learned the other day, though, that I think it's these piggies. Shit, I was close. We'll sometimes drop a sachet. And then if we get that and run into the bird on the wave. Yes. Go. Oh, fuck. I swear I got that. I pressed the right button. I guess I just mistimed it. But if we run into the birds on the map out here. Fuck me. Then you can get an extra 1,000 XP per person. Not per person. It's 1,000 shared. And I think this is how the XP works. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But it feels like, all right, between these guys, 80. The first 3 people split 80. And then, like, the back people all split 80, which is why they're getting less XP. So he's at 99. He went up to 26. So Dark got 26 for some reason. I don't know how much Haschel got or Albert got. I don't know how the calculation goes, how the XP split is. 26, so it'd be 60, 18. So it'd be 78 be 78 XP if Dart, Haschel, and Albert all got 26 XP, which isn't quite 80. So where's the extra 2 go? Did Haschel and Albert get an extra 1 over Dart? And why did they get more? Yeah, baby, we're back to the spins. I'd save quick, but I didn't want to miss the rock. See, these locations feel big and they feel cumbersome to get through because particularly like this place, it's a bit of a maze, a bit of a puzzle to figure out how to get through everything to get all the loot. But you take the loot out of it and you can just run right through this. No problem. Damn, dude. Welcome to Albert never getting a turn, by the way, now that Haschel has the bandit ring and boots. A real turn hog. See, man, that item I just gained too. The panic bell or whatever. Like, when are you honestly ever going to use that? Regular enemies, you can use it against one regular enemy, right? And so you should be able to beat these regular enemies without any extra items like that, without ever having to waste magic items and stuff like that. It's not going to work on a boss, which is the only thing where you maybe need to do a little extra than just attack. So, I don't know. In my mind, thereby it makes them just like the most useless items in the game. Way off there. Don't know what I was thinking. Damn. First time I got straight to the stabs. Now I'm not even getting to the stabs. And then Albert just comes in and rocks him. Rocks him. Albert almost getting his SP to full just by taking hits is crazy, by the way. When I'm right outside the city, I think I might just take on one more fight, Sigstone somebody, and do some quick defenses. Because I don't want to do defenses right now. Because I want everyone to take a chance and get their addition that I haven't been able to get in 2 episodes now of Disc 4. Scorpion does look very similar. Slightly different color scheme. Alright, whatever. I'm just going to do it now. 13. Actually, after all that time in the desert, Albert was getting pretty close to leveling up. When we get to the Magic City, we might have a chance. I'm a half horse, half man. Damn it. What's this area called? I just saw it. I didn't even look. I didn't even pay attention. Luckily, this area is literally 2 screens. God, and as you pass through, it's like a little memory lane from Disc 2. You know, like 15, 20 hours ago here. I hate it here. 11. Damn it, I got the first one. I almost had the second. Ugh. I can almost stop back in Lohan and buy the War God calling or whatever it is that automatically does these additions for me. Loki would be down for it. Sick of getting my ass trampled here. I say, I swear to God, if you got poisoned from that. I'm pretty sure I nailed that, but whatever. This might be my last enemy right here. I'm just gonna get the full. No, I'll probably take one on the ship. Maybe. I guess we'll see.
Yes. Go.
Oh. These late editions just fuck me over. Nothing I can do about him. I think Albert's last one is a real bitch. I'm sure all of theirs are, but I think the last time I did play this all the way through, I didn't give a shit, and I just got the War God amulet or calling or whatever it is that does the full edition for you at full strength. And I just unloaded. And you might think, well, why would you do that? Because, you know, you could be holding onto an item that helps you out in another way, right? You could have something else doing something else for you. And I get it. I get that argument. You know, you could have on the bandit ring. You could have on the therapy ring, all these amazing items that do super good things. But if you're getting max damage out on every attack, I mean, max damage on every attack is almost more worth it than a little extra speed or constant healing. Oh, you folks, you can go through. Oh, long time no see, folks. You're free to come and go as you wish. Come and go. Great gas station. Anyway, I knew he was going to say folks. I had that part correct. Oh my God, these knights look terrible. I guess they don't move at all. Little things they hid that you would have never realized without cleaning it up in 4K. Dart, I have been waiting for you. What is this? We're seeing you off. We received a messenger from Charlie. Her name was Karen. Everything is ready for going to Roche. The world must not be destroyed. How will I rule over these simpletons if you destroy the world? Even if it was the intention of the creator, we are still alive and living, baby. I beg of you, please save the world. Fuck that. Fuck that creator. I want to live. Commander Pueller is waiting for you in the basement to carry our hope. Don't worry, ladies. I'll be back for you later. At least that's what Albert's thinking. So long. I'm going to save just in case, but I'm probably going to save shortly here. I don't think I'm going to get that Ultimate War God, though. I think it's what it's called, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Ultimate War God. I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm going to try to do this legit and just fail the rest of the game, I guess. Oh, you are here. Everybody looks so confident. Although you are going to an unknown land, there's no hesitation or wavering. Actually, it's my and a man of the sea isn't bothered by those little details. I like the just cut off. He's going to make his assumptions, and that's all right. Anyway, we are ready to go. We absolutely have to stop the crazy conspiracy to annihilate the world. However, we should never give up on rescuing our loved ones either. Let us go, Dart. The ocean awaits you. The Commodore makes it sound simple, but I assume that this time it will be a long journey, won't it? Yes. And I think you'd better get what you need from the city and come back. Thank you. It's okay. I am happy to help you, Dart. Besides, please rescue Shanna. We give you our promise. Of course we will. I'll be waiting for you on the boat. Let's go. I thought maybe it's a barrel, stardust. Wait, must be a tool for maintaining the ship. Okay, I didn't read any of those because I was looking for stardust. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready? Absolutely. Now we are leaving. It is a long journey, but it's really like nothing you need to go to town for because they're going to sell items to you in the village, I think. If not, we're in for a real rough time. Endiness sounds almost better than Endines. Endine doesn't sound bad either. Oh, the rainbow bird. Jesus Christ. I don't know if this is going to stop it from running away, but... Zero! Oh, this one needs to be killed with magic. Oh, wow, I can't get behind my people. Whoa, even with thunder-based gloves? I don't even remember what you get from this thing. But it's not worth it. Dude, I can't get a better angle than this.
Yes. Go.
Too bad we didn't have his insta-kill gloves. We maybe would have got one on him. I'm not burning magic on whatever dumb item he's going to give me. Oh, this thing does seem to be willing to duke it out. Damn. I actually was doing it from backwards.
Yes. Go.
Damn, the speed on those first 3 slashes are all off, by the way. First one's slow, second one's fastish, third one's slower. Like, the timing on a lot of these editions are all very similar. Or slow enough that you can anticipate it. But these last ones, the timing, the flow is so wacky. Now we can get behind him. All right, let's get his 1 back. He's perfectly content. And let's get Dart back because he took like 1,000 damage there. Maybe more. I think maybe more. So he's going to take 2 more turns to get to full. All right, good enough. Can you imagine if that fast one, the second move, the backspin kick, if that was a counter? Just how screwed you'd be. Nobody'd ever get that. All right, we got everyone to full health and we're almost there. All right, so this is where we're going to wrap up this episode. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out and being a part of it. Hope you had a great time. Remember, don't forget, hit that like button. It's so simple. It's right there. Just click it. One button, the like one. And make sure you subscribe. That's right next to it. Super simple. That way you don't miss anything. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Make sure you comment. Tell us anything that we missed. Add some extra stuff to the lore. Tell us more. Tell us more. And then most importantly, tell us how this game needs a remake, a remaster, a sequel, something. Tell Sony. Give us something. Because if you guys don't tell them, us just playing this game and posting on YouTube and people making videos about it and whatnot, never going to be enough. Never going to be enough. That's what the effort of one person typically. It's the efforts of all of you to take your time to hit the like, to subscribe, to comment. That's going to be the thing that makes the big difference and gets us one of those things. We won't get it. Sony won't notice if you guys don't. So make sure you do. That's how they're going to see the dollar signs enough to get off their asses and get us what we want. And then while you're at it, make sure you check out the Twitch page linked below. We go live every Monday through Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. CST, playing a variety of games, including Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, showing Sony how to do the very thing that we're talking about, as well as having Horror Hump Day, where we play horror games every single Wednesday. Make sure you check out the Discord link below as well, which gives you the full schedule of everything we're going to do, opportunities to play games with us, any updates to Black Rim GX Gaming, what we're doing on all platforms, future YouTube series, and more. And it's a great place to find a community. Make sure you do all those things, and then make sure you most importantly have a great day and a great night. We'll see you on the next episode in Rouge. Until then, stay fresh, cheese bags. We out of here.